and you got like over 2,000, they paying on you.
Okay.
Fuck this YouTube shit, B. My following's on Instagram anyway.
I'll look into that.
I'm looking to do more live streams on Instagram.
Bet.
You know what I mean? I got one coming up tomorrow actually.
What time you doing yours?
That's gonna be doing it with Chop. I don't know what time. Sometime whenever we hit me up.
Okay, cause you know we're still doing Sinners tomorrow at 8.
Yeah, it'll be before then.
Oh, okay.
Probably like at 6 or something like that, 6:30.
Okay, well, if you need more time, just let me know. But yeah, man. I mean, I can probably simultaneously do it on YouTube and Instagram Live. But
Yeah, but
the thing,
these niggas is cheap on here. They ain't paying us. I'd rather do this shit on IG.
shit,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yo, you could do that shit in your sleep just to put up a reel or a post, and they paying you. Come on, what's better
How
than that?
much? How much they paying?
I don't know. They just said they gave me notice today though. But I'm close to 3,000 already. So they were like, yo, you eligible to get paid on you.
Send me the screenshot whenever you can.
All right. You gotta fill out like a form, and then they if we have like PayPal or debit card, then you give them the information for that,
Cool.
and that's it. They track your how many likes and follows and stuff that you got. And like that's what it is, B. Like that's what we talking about. Here. Like I ain't trying to be on here coming in early and niggas ain't paying us. Fuck all that. We've been doing this for too long, bro.
True.
You know what I mean? So it's time to get paid.
I'm gonna look into that bet. Shit, I cannot wait for Friday though.
Yeah, they paying money. They paying money on IG. I got the notice today. You gotta have a certain amount of followers though. Like over 1,000, 2,000.
This shit's fucking up great. How y'all doing today? Yeah, that is interesting. I would have thought Instagram would have been done that shit years ago. To be real with
So
you,
what you waiting for? You been on here a whole decade already. What you waiting for?
that's very interesting.
Come on, bro. Like what you
Cause I
what you
know
doing for fun?
Twitch also pays people for their streams and shit. I
Hey,
mean,
you
I
been
don't have
on
a
it?
lot of followers on Twitch like that. I try to do Twitch
Get your
for a DJ
followers up,
stream
man.
here and there,
You
but
should you should be you should be getting paid for
that
this shit.
shit
You've
been
been on
going
here
where I
for like
wanted it to go.
11 years already. You should be on here getting paid all the time. I'm not coming on here early for none of these niggas. Sorry.
That's
Y'all
what's
niggas don't
up.
pay me.
That's what's up.
Y'all niggas ain't paying us. You get it on when I come on, that's when I come on.
Hmm.
Simple as that. I gotta since my following is more on
Man,
Instagram, I'm
we are
doing shit on
almost in
Instagram.
summertime. This has been like the fastest spring. Like we literally are about to be halfway through this year. That's insane. Hmm. Yeah, man. But at the same time, I'm grateful for the journey I've had on YouTube anyway. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, try shit can get fixed as soon as possible. Yeah, TikTok been paying people. I mean, I have a TikTok, but I barely use it to be real with you. All these social media websites, it's now getting to the game and trying to pay people and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm-mm. There's a lot of shows and movies I have to actually catch up on and whatnot. Hmm. You said the thing I don't get about fans is that they always depend women to do stuff. I mean, that's their demographics, man. That's their bread and butter. Seems like everyone's torn again this
Yeah.
year, which is dope. Yeah, man, that's the best known fact, TT. Pussy will forever sell. Alright, if Try don't come back on the next 10 minutes, I'll just start the anniversary and shit like that.
I don't listen to karaoke.
I don't think Try listens to karaoke like that.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Yo,
You.
Wi-Fi. I always got random motherfuckers following me on Instagram. What the fuck? Alright. Well, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
So,
What's up, motherfuckers? How y'all doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy trying to build in with me.
What up?
All right, so today's anniversary is not necessarily an album, but I feel like it's a monumental moment in hip hop that had to be addressed, and that is the release of Kendrick Lamar's diss track "Euphoria." So this song pretty much came out April 30th to be exact. You know what I'm saying? This is the first diss track he aimed at Drake. After Drake was throwing his shots and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? This song right here. The whole Drake and Kendrick beef is already ingrained in a lot of motherfuckers' heads and shit like that. It's the stuff of legend at this point. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy too because it really started with and shit like that. It really really took notice once he did that. That like that verse from Future and Metro and shit like that too. And then Drake and Cole did their thing, and then boom, everybody was anticipating this song and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? I love the samples that they use, like the beginning with the Wiz sample, and then you threw in that Teddy Pendergrass sample and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And people will think, oh, he's gonna drop some smooth shit while dissing Drake and whatnot. But then that trap beat comes in and everything like that too, and that's when it just really kicks in. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody loves Not Like Us. And don't get me wrong, I still love Not Like Us too and stuff like that. But honestly, man, if you could pick any Kendrick diss track from Meet the Grams to this one, he just went in on this one. You know what I'm saying? So, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts when you first heard Euphoria and shit?
It was good. It was good. I mean, we already knew Drake was losing, so that wasn't no shock. You know what I mean? But I like the other two after Meet the Grams and of course Not Like Us. That's the best ones. And
Right. Yes. Yes. All right. So now we're going to also go to the Billboard charts and whatnot too. We're going to take it back to the week of April 27th, 1996, and I'm actually doing a hot rap single. So let's get into this top 20 right here. You know what I'm saying? So number 20, we got The Click, which I think that's E40's group with a song called Scandalous. Never really heard that. So I never really cared for The Click as a group itself. I was more a fan like E40 and Sugar, if anything, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I know Try you don't care for E40, so I'm not
not,
even gonna waste my
not
time.
really.
You know? Number 19, we got Criss Cross with Tonight's the Night coming straight from their Young, Rich, and Dangerous album. In my opinion, their best album. I know a lot of people prefer like the first album and everything like that too, but I feel like that album was perfect, from Jermaine Dupri's production to the lyrics. Way better than that 1993 The Bomb, and way better than that album. Number 18, we got Coolio with Gangsta's Paradise from the Dangerous Minds soundtrack and also from the Gangsta's Paradise album itself. Very dope songs. Rest in peace, Coolio. Number 17, Fat Joe with Envy with Firewater as a B-side. Very dope track. It's not really one of my favorite tracks from Jealous Wants Envy. You know what I'm saying? But he did his thing. I feel like if it was given it to Biggie, he would have definitely did some
Oh yeah,
crazy. That
yeah.
that song definitely had a Biggie feel to it. You know what I'm saying? But Firewater, oh my god, whoo, that's that
I saw
classic.
him perform that shit, yo.
You said what?
I saw him perform that shit. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Um, then we got number 16 with Rapping Forte with Ain't No Player. Underrated West Coast MC. That's a cat I definitely got to talk about, but I want to get at least one album from him before I start talking about him shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, Number 15, Quad City DJs is Come On and Ride. Y'all know I don't like this pep rally rap, so I'm just gonna skip that. Number 14, we got Jizza with Shadow Boxing featuring Method Man coming from the Liquid Swords. One of my all-time favorite songs from not just from Jizza but from Liquid Swords too. Number 13, we got Master P with Mr. Ice Cream Man. coming straight from his self-titled album, Mr. Ice Cream Man, classic Master P. I feel like that album, Ghetto's Trying to Kill Me, and Ghetto D might be my favorite albums he's ever done. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, classic No Limit right there. Yeah, that top No Limits movies is still coming. It's still coming. Number 12, um, debuting on this chart, we got Chris Cross with Live and Die for Hip Hop coming straight from the same album I mentioned from them. One of my favorite songs they've ever done. Number 11 was Fuji with Fuji La. Classic track right there. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from the score. Number 10, you got Junior Mafia and Biggie with Get Money coming from Conspiracy. Love that record. I'm not gonna hold you hot take. I like the remix, but I feel like I wish they would have used a different beat than this you same sample and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we all know the story with that. Number 9, we got Jay Z with Ain't No Nigga with the B side of Dead Presidents. Classic Jay from Reasonable Doubt, which is his best album. Number 8, we got Luke with Scared. This was solo Luke. I don't think I've ever heard that record to be real with you. Number 7, we got Goody Mob with Soul Food, coming straight from the album with the same name. Dope track, love that song. Number 6, we got Coolio with 1, 2, 3, 4 Something New. I've never liked that record, honestly. I don't think I've ever liked that record. That was when he was on the borderline radio friendly. We have to talk about that Gangsta's Paradise album one day. We got to. Number 5, we got The Lost Boys with Renee. Classic record. This was on the Don't Be a Menace soundtrack and also on their first album, Legal Drug Money. This was a song that really, really put them out there and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Number 4, we got MC Light and Escape with Keep On Keeping On from the Sunset Park soundtrack and MC Light's Better Than I Want to Be. I never really cared for that record. I'm gonna be real with you. That was MC Light's. I hate to say her jiggy era. That was a jiggy era, borderline jiggy era. You know. But yeah, I never really care for that Bad as I Want to Be album. Number 3, LL Cool J's Doing It, classic track from Mr. Smith. Number 2, Nonchalant with 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock in the morning, where you gonna be outside in the corner? That track was fire. And enjoying its 7th week. Yes, I repeat, its 7th week at number 1. We got Busta Rhymes, Woo-Ha Got You All in Check with the B-side of Everything Remains Raw, coming straight from the Coming album. Class. That's actually a solid list, man. Solid fucking list. You know what I'm saying? All right. So let me start this review. Okay. So April 29th, 1992 was the beginning of the LA riots. And as you guys should know, that happened after the police whooped Rodney King's ass and pretty much they were found not guilty. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of hip hop albums, not just hip hop, a lot of music had like a more rebellious tone and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And the most prevalent music at that time was hip hop. Now I could have really picked any album at that time. I almost picked Tupac's Strictly for My Niggas. I almost picked Paris's second album, Sleeping with the Enemy. Both good albums. I know I definitely have to do Paris at one point. But the album that I really wanted to do, and it's actually a re-review itself, is Ice Cube with 1992's The Predator. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say, I thought you had this album. I was about to say, ooh,
What? Come on, why wouldn't I have it?
I was like,
Don't turn
damn.
that Brian Kelly Wilson album. We know that. Fuck out of here.
I was about to say, put down the Justin Timberlake and shit.
Yeah. Put down the Kerry Wilson.
Shit. Alright. So yeah, this album right here, like I've done a review on this album years ago and everything. You know what I'm saying? And you guys should know Ice Cube is one of my favorite MCs, so I don't mind doing a re-review on this one. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be real with you. At least 200 of reviews. I was fucked up, and I don't remember what the fuck I've been saying in some of these reviews. I'm gonna be real with y'all. And some of the shits, I just be like, sometimes my opinions change and everything. That's why I don't really do re-reviews often. And if I do
What,
do a
what
re,
did you give? You remember what you gave this? What you gave this the first time?
I gave it a five. I know I gave it a five mics.
You know, how would it change then?
Well, I feel like I have a deeper liking of a lot of the songs because I feel like with some songs, like I have like my favorite song from the previous review is not my favorite song in this review. You know what I'm saying? And me growing up, I must explain more. I must explain more though along the line. You know because I love Ice Cube's first four albums. You guys should know. But I spoiled the first two, America's Most Wanted and Death Certificate, because I feel like those two are very close in quality. Not trying to dislike this album and Lethal Injection, because I still bump those, but I feel like those albums, I love them a lot more than I did years ago. You know what I'm saying? And with this album, and this is actually his most successful album to date too. This has like a lot of his signature tracks, like Wicked, It Was a Good Day, Check Yourself, which all three of them were the singles, though.
Wicked.
But yes, but then you have bangers like The Predator, Don't Trust Them, Say Hi to the Bad Guy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also going to give my thoughts on the unreleased tracks as well too with this review, remixes as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have the 2003 reissue of this album. This is actually the OG copy and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, this album is still in print. Just letting y'all know that, But yeah, man. So, without further ado, let's talk about this album. So, this album had producers like Ice Cube, DJ Pooh, Sir Jinx, Torture Chamber, and DJ Muggs. Pretty much, the same. You got Sir Jinx returning again and everything like that too. But he got some new cast like Pooh and Muggs. You know what I'm saying? Which I've always thought Pooh also did some shit from Death Certificate, but that was pretty much Sir Jinx and that's pretty much all Sir Jinx and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we got to do a Sir Jinx battle of the bangers one day. That's gonna be insane. You know what I'm saying? So guest appearances on this album include Don Jaguar, Lil Russ, Das Effects. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Das Effects. You know what I'm saying? Was on this record. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So this album pretty much came out 1 year right after Death Certificate, and by this point, Ice Cube was literally like a superstar by this point. You know what I'm saying? Because he was in Boys in the Hood and everything, and then he also did another movie in '92 called Trespass with Ice T. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of ironic too, because both Cube and Ice T, they kind of have very similar careers. You know what I'm saying? Especially around that time, because Ice T had also dropped the OG original Gangster, and he was also getting ready to drop Home Invasion, which originally was supposed to come out in 1992, around the same time this album was supposed to come out, because that was recorded around the LA riots too. But with Cop Killer being the huge controversy that it was, Warner Brothers was trying to fuck around saying, you gotta trim down some of the songs. That's why Home Invasion came out in '93. And yes, we both did a review on that album, and it was a damn good review as well too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so Q was definitely on fire, and at this time, he had his proteges like Yo Yo, the Lynch Mob, um, what was the motherfucker's name? His cousin Delta Funky Homo Sapien was doing his thing too. And also I think around this time in '92, he also married his wife. He's his wife to this day, Kimberly, and shit like that too. Whom that's actually his manager and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So Cube was definitely having a career high at this point. But at the same time too, behind the scenes, LA was literally burning up and everything due to the injustice that happened with the Rodney King beat. And
His wife is still his manager.
you said what?
His wife is still his manager.
Yeah, he's still his manager to this day.
That's why we haven't gotten a West Side Connection reunion.
Yep. That's, I can't even argue with you about that shit.
Mac 10 is the one that beat the wife's brother's ass.
Yeah,
She ain't doing no West Side Connection reunion.
right. But yeah, man. So behind the scenes, LA was burning up and everything like that too. And Ice Cube being the outspoken rapper that he was and everything, he was not gonna let this shit slide and everything. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? It comes to dawn on me. Hot take. This is actually Ice Cube's most darkest album. This has got to be, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, America's Most Wanted definitely had like a lot of vulgar themes and shit like that too. But that album also had a lot of like comedic tones to it as well. Whereas Death Certificate, that was dark as fuck too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the second half of the album was like with the life side or whatever the second half was more like conscious gangster rap. If that's the case. This album was just like fuck it, let LA burn up and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like even songs like "It Was a Good Day," while people might look at this like, oh, what's a happy dappy song about a happy day in the hood and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of a sad song if you really people some of the lyrics and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of motherfuckers don't make it out in a good day in there. But I'm gonna get more into that in a minute. But yeah, this is the album cover right here. You got Cube, smoking something from a pipe and shit. You know what I'm saying? I've always loved this album cover. The album cover always goes fucking hard and shit. You know, um, Cube, people in his crew right here and shit. Um, got the credits and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I think the '03 reissue got more content and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So yeah, I can't wait to do this re-review and everything like that too. Now, like I said before, a lot of songs, I definitely have more of like elaborate opinion on a lot of the tracks on this record and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get started with the first track, which is the first day of school. Um, Pretty much they use a sample from the movie American Me and everything like that too. Which I'm gonna be real with you, I've never seen that movie before in my life. I've heard good things about it. Might check it out one day. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much an entrance to a prison, and people saying, "Oh, this your first day of school." You know what I'm saying? So you got these cops harassing these inmates and shit like that. Too, you know what I'm saying? So pretty dope way to kick off the album. Pretty grim way, if you ask me.
What they do in prison, you convict, they doing body searches, all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, definitely. And then it leads us into the next track, which is "When Will They Shoot?" One of my favorite tracks. It's crazy too because they use like a lot of samples on this track, but one of the most prevalent ones was the Queen sample, which I'm just gonna reveal it because everyone knows it. It's the "We Will Rock You" sample, the "Stomp Stomp Clap." And I'm gonna be real, I never actually knew that that was a Queen sample until like years ago and shit. But the way they used that shit was hard as fuck. They mixed that in with the fucking Bob James sample and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Very dope, very dope beat. I want to say, who did this beat? They said DJ Pooh, Bobcat, and Cube did this. Yeah, definitely. Very dope beat and everything. Um, what I liked about this song was like, he was talking about, just setting the tone about the injustice that we face as motherfucking motherfucking being black in America and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? How motherfuckers look at us like this as an endangered species and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy too because he actually threw a shot at NWA, which I just really peeped this when I was reviewing this album earlier. He says, "Standing strong while others run 100 miles, but I never run, never will." You guys know NWA's EP 100 miles of running and everything like that too. But he has some other dope shit too. I love the line when he said, "They killed JFK in '63, so what the fuck you think they'll do to me? But I'm the OG. I bust back, boom boom, bust back, boom boom, peel a cat, boom boom, give me room in the fire of the sun." You know what I'm saying? Very dope shit. You know what I'm saying? Love this record. One of my all-time favorite songs on this album. And we already starting off on a good note.
Definitely. He was hard, scratching on it, classic record.
Yeah, definitely a very classic record indeed and shit. You know what I'm saying? which leads us into pretty much track number three, which is "I'm Scared." Insert, which in case y'all young motherfuckers know, insert is pretty much West Coast slang for an interlude and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. It's yeah, pretty much just some sound bites linked together. Nothing really to it, to be real with you. I'm gonna be real.
was dope. Love the beat. You got the different news clips from the shows and stuff.
Definitely, yes, sir. And then we leading us into track number four, "Wicked," featuring Don Jaguar.
Wicked.
Def a classic track right here. You know what I'm saying? Love the track, love the music video, love Don Jaguar doing
Wicked.
his thing.
Wicked.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, man, he definitely went in on this track right here. This is just hard Ice Cube at his finest and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man. Just braggadocious Cube, kicking some knowledge Cube. The music video and stuff like that, I fucking love the most. And shit, you know what I'm saying? Where he had Red Hot Chili Peppers breaking shit
Breaking
and
shit.
everything like that. Yeah, but there is some controversy with this song because apparently, according to King's son, he said Q bit this song from him and everything because King's son had a Wicked. I think it's called something Wicked. You know, I'm not the biggest King's son fan like that. He had some dope shit, but he did an interview where he claimed that Q bit this record from him. But besides the point, I felt like this record still was dope and everything. One of my all-time favorite Cube songs he's ever done.
Classic record, man. This is like the first single. Got the Chili Peppers in the video breaking up shit with Cube and fire all over in the video. And the beat was hard, man. I loved it. Don Jaguar on the chorus and what Q said from here to New York, I get skins and I ain't talking about pork, swine, pig. Listen to the flow of a so-called Negro. Fire. Fire. Love the song. Always love the song. Then when he do it at shows, it's even better. But then you got the whole crowd jumping up and down and then
Definitely. Yeah, man. Next track, we got is Now I Gotta Wet Ya. This is the production from DJ Muggs. In my opinion, as far as producers go, he's really the MVP of this album, if you ask me.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of wish they would have done some more shit together, but we all
Not too
know
late.
why and stuff.
Not
You know
too
what I'm
late.
saying?
He
But
could they already squashed the beef. He could do it right now.
I know, and I know they've done stuff together. Cypress Hill and Q done stuff together after the beef and everything. But I just imagine Black Sunday production with Predator Q. Imagine that shit.
He still got
That
it.
would be fucking insane.
Mug still got that
I
sound.
know.
We need Cube to get out of Hollywood and get back to that. Fuck a Friday. I don't want to see no fucking Friday free us people. Fuck all that. Get back to mean Ice Cube. He still got it.
Now his new album is fire. Fuck that. His new album is fire.
It's
You
dope.
know what I'm
But
saying?
he don't sound too angry on that like he did when he did this album.
True.
Hollywood made him real like relaxed and shit.
True. Yeah, man. But anyway, but now I gotta wet you. Pretty much another one of those songs that pretty much talks about the whole theme of the album, racial injustice, Rodney King riots, everything like that too. Cube definitely did his thing on this one and everything. The second verse, I love the line when he says, "Motherfucker Joey who love whoever love him. Why you have to leave it to Beaver? Now I'm chasing Beaver ass with the cleaver, with a swing, 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 and a chop, chop, chop. Get the mop, nigga, because tonight we have a chopped liver." You know what I'm saying? Very dope track right here. One of my all-time favorites from this album.
Classic. Muggs, definitely the MVP of this album. He was fire. You got Cube saying boom, ping, buck, pow. Now who's that nigga with the different style? Classic record.
Definitely. Now, next track's the title track, The Predator. Da da da, bump bump. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. This is actually my favorite track on the album. Now, you know what I'm saying? This track is one of the most underrated Cube tracks I've ever heard. I don't hear nobody mention this track right here. First of all, it was produced by DJ Pooh, and Pooh pretty much used the Johnny Guitar Watson sample, the Superman Lover joint, which everyone knows Redman used that. Biggie used that sample, of course. Total. That sample has been used by hella cats. I don't even have to say rest in peace, Johnny Guitar Watson, underrated cat too. You know what I'm saying? We did a review on Ain't That a Bitch years ago. You know what I'm saying? But the way how Pooh uses sample and chopped it up and everything was just hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube definitely has some of my favorite lines he's ever done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the second verse alone, I love this line. He's like, check your head for the new style, Funk, Lawrence Powell, and Brazino. Win and Coon pretty soon. We'll fuck them like they fucked us and won't kiss advice. Ain't nothing but diets for the system. Fighting with the beast, no justice, no peace, if any. Even if we fucked up Denny. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I mean, also, I forgot to mention, they whooped Reginald Denny's ass. You know what I'm saying? Because he was that
Oh,
white truck driver got pulled over.
oh, poor white man. Yeah, yeah, all right.
And honestly, I'm gonna be real. My only memory of Denny was Jim Carrey doing Reginald Denny in a living.
It's crazy. I actually saw that shit live. Like we was watching KTLA when the riots happened, and when they show that shit live on TV when he was getting his ass beat out of the truck.
What was damn man? Oh
You know what I
wow!
mean? But
No,
yeah,
it's not.
he's still alive. He ain't dead.
I
As
think he
as
did
as,
die, didn't
as
he?
much shit as much shit as the cops do to our people, like a brick to a white person said ain't nothing. Yeah, all right. He lived.
Oh shit! But yeah, man. Also on the third verse, he had on one line where he says, "Even be flipping the tongue like the diddy dum. That's a fact. So who is Ice Cube? I'm a rapper, Aka, Macca. Got a little problem with the redneck cracker. Did the tallywhacker. Jerry Heller is a devil shit packer. This nigga still had a
Mm.
time and shit on NWA on this album.
Why not? Why not?
Oh shit, boy. Oh my god. It's like he was on like a winning streak right now and shit. Like this is why the run from America's Most Wanted to Lethal Injection might
Yeah,
be
that's his best
arguably hip
run. That's his best
hip
run.
hop's greatest run. Arguably hip hop's greatest run.
That's his best run. After that, he went Hollywood and made crap. This is his
You know
best run.
what? I was throwing Bow Down, West Side Connection Bow Down as a
Yeah.
de
Well,
facto.
that's his best run. That all that right there from America's Most to Bow Down. That's his best run.
Yes.
All that other shit was trash.
And if you want to be cute, throw in Kill at Will, throw in bootlegs and B-sides, throw in
Yeah,
all that shit.
all that. The
Throw it
remixes,
all.
the B sides, all that shit.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? The EP,
Hell
classic.
yeah. Once he became Don Mega, I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah, that's when I stopped listening to him.
Once he
Like
became Don
we be clubbing bullshit and shit from Players Club.
Mega,
Like no,
once
I'm
he was
good.
performing at all that, I'm just like this. Oh jeez, I love Cube. Don't get me. Cube is top 10, ride or die. Cube is top 10, but at the same time, once he did that War and Peace. Now War and Peace Volume 1 has some joints. It has some joints, but Volume 2, nah, nigga.
If he didn't have this run, he wouldn't be in my top 10 all time because I could never put him in top 10, and he had shit like the shit he was dropping in 2000s and War and Peace.
Hot take,
Nothing in top 10.
hot take. If he would have just been on NWA, he would have still been in my top 10. I'm being real. He was just that dude was just that nice. Like Jerry Curl Cube, Afro Cube, short haircut Cube. That was he was on a mission and shit. Just for writing alone and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Yeah, man, we gotta do Laugh Now, Cry Later. I'm gonna wait till I actually get my hands on that album to do that one.
Take your time with that. I'm not in no rush.
Shit, because honestly, if I get that album and I get the new album, I'll be good. Whatever I find, I'll just get when I feel like getting it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not in a rush to get I Am the West. I'm not in a rush to get that
Nah,
album. You know?
nope. Me neither.
I got War and Peace Volume 2, but I don't got Volume 1. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I got to at least get one War and Peace. But yeah, the Predator classic track. I love it. I love it.
This joint here, man. Coming with the crazy pitch, and the Statue of Liberty ain't nothing but a lazy bitch. Don't want to give up the crack to the black, but
Come
you'll
on,
call it racial if you go and rape the hoe. Come on, man. Who was saying
say it
shit
again.
like this?
Woo,
Coming with the
woo.
crazy pitch, and the Statue of Liberty ain't nothing but a lazy bitch. Don't want to give up
Come
the crack
on,
to
come
the black,
on.
but
Woo.
you'll call it racial if we go and rape the hoe. Classic.
Yes, classic shit. All right, now it's safe to say we can call this next song Ice Cube's most signature track.
Everybody should know this shit.
Yeah,
And
it
the
was a
lyrics.
good.
And the lyrics.
Now I have a different perspective on this track. Growing up, I'm not saying I dislike it. I'm not saying it's overplayed. I would never say that about this track. Whenever this song comes on radio, if I see the classic music video, which I'll get into that in a minute, but growing up now, it's kind of a this might be a very hot take, but I've always considered it was a good day the hip hop equivalent to John Lennon's Imagine. Hear me out, hear me out, hear me out, because at this time in '92, a lot of rappers at this time, talking about life in the hood, getting shot all the time, yada yada yada. We all get that. But Cube definitely had like a utopian kind of feel about one day no one gets shot, no one gets robbed, no cops harassing anybody. You know what I'm saying? You saw your name on a good year blimp saying Ice Cube's a pimp. You know what I'm saying? You got some pussy and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? But then one thing I've always liked about listening to the album version was that he was fucking dreaming. It's like what the fuck am I thinking about? You know what I'm saying? And I've always had like a very interesting take when it came to this song. First of all, this was another classic beat produced by DJ Pooh and stuff like that too. Taking the classic footsteps in the dark sample from Isley Brothers. Yes, I'm revealing a lot of these samples because y'all should know a lot of these samples and stuff like that was used for this
This
album.
nigga said he didn't know Queen was used in. What you think Vanilla Ice big hit record was sampled? That was Queen, nigga. Put the
So
Bow Wow down.
how Vanilla Ice trying to hype that shit like nah, we did like D. I was like, this
What you think? They've been sampling Queen forever. Where the hell you been? Jesus Christ.
okay. But yeah, man, with especially with him doing this song, doing like the riots and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because he did this actually in his home studio in early May. And I always felt like this song was definitely a very pretty much utopian kind of feel and stuff like that. Like, especially how motherfuckers talk about, oh, Imagine it's like one of those songs that you could just say, I feel like anything can happen. We can all believe. I put it was a good day on the same level as Imagine. Y'all might call me crazy. I don't give a fuck. Also, with the music video, it might be one of my top 20 music videos in hip hop history. You know what I'm saying? It was directed by F. Gary Gray. You know what I'm saying? Who you guys should know he did a lot of dope movies, including the Straight Outta Compton biopic. You know what I'm saying? Look, get the director's cut. That's the version right there and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, very dope shit. That shit was so cinematic for like 1993. That video, you know what I'm saying? And I know they did a remix with the Staple Singers sample. I'm not gonna hold you. The remix was cool, but I could have done without that. I could have done with. I feel like that song didn't really need a remix to be real. But yeah, that's my thoughts on It Was a Good Day.
Classic. Everybody should know this song. It's top 10 song of all time. You know?
Definitely.
Just Cube wanting to have a good day with no bullshit. With no fuck shit from the cops and nobody getting shot. We ain't never heard no song like that before. That shit was iconic.
Right.
This is his signature song. Like I've seen him perform live in 2018. This is what he did last. Any show that he does now,
Yeah.
The last time he's doing is it was a good day. He's not doing the day, he's not doing the nigga they love to hate or jacking for beats. The last song he's doing at the show is it was a good day. That's the signature song now.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. That's one thing I forgot to mention because I know he did an interview where he said the reason why he always does that song last was because a lot of his songs, like the nigga you love to hate, No Vaseline, was always very angry, and with a lot of like constant riots was happening like a lot of that time. He didn't want a lot of his crowds to have a constant riot. So he always wants to end it off with that song for a peaceful feeling and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I've always felt out like that was a dope message, and yeah, that's his signature song, and it's actually his highest charting song on the Billboard charts too. So he's out.
Man, come on, man. Get me on the court and I'm trouble. Last week, fucked around and got a triple double. Kicking niggas every way like MJ. I had to
I
say,
can't
today
believe
was a come
it was
on,
a
man.
good day.
Come on,
Ooh,
man.
ah, ooh.
Come on, man.
Yes. Now, back to the anger. Track track number 8. We had to tear this motherfucker up. Now, this was at the time when I did the early review. I want to say this was actually my favorite track on this album. This I feel like was the most heavy song that came to when it came to like addressing the riots and stuff like that too. Muggs again did his thing, and yes, I can definitely hear Cypress Hill on this one. I feel like this was like a self-titled Cypress Hill joint and everything like that too. It definitely had that dirty feel, that dirty 91 Muggs feel to it. I think I'm gonna get really flagged for a lot of these lyrics, but I don't give a fuck because this album's the truth. I don't give a fuck. Like just the whole first verse, like not guilty, the filthy devils try to kill me. When the news got to the hood, the niggas will be hotter than cayenne pepper. Cause bust, kicking up dust, it's a must. I can't trust a cracker in a blue uniform, stick a nigga like a unicorn. Born wicked, Lawrence Powell foul, cut his fucking throat and I smile. Go to Simi Valley and surely somebody knows the address of the jury. Whoo!
Classic.
Fire. Classic, man. This
Mhm.
might be my favorite track on this album and everything. You know what I'm saying? This is a classic record.
Oh, yeah. Mugs make it rough. Another Mugs classic right here, B. You know,
Exactly.
not guilty, the filthy devils tried to kill me. When the news get to the hood, the niggas will be hotter than cayenne pepper. Cuts, bus, kicking up death is a must. Classic, classic record. I love it. This is the cube that I miss.
Definitely. All right, track number 9, Fuck 'em. Self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? It's just a woman doing an interview with Ice Cube and everything like perspective and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, pretty much it's definitely I want to keep it a buck with y'all. If you guys seen the 1993 interview that's never really been seen on TV and everything like that too, it's pretty much what he was saying on this interlude. That's all I'm really gonna say. So yeah, I feel like it's a dope interlude. I love this one.
And the clips they playing was, the chick telling them, he's anti-Semitic, anti-Korean, calling women bitches and hoes. You know, they,
Right.
know what it was. They were out to get rap. You know what I'm saying? They were out to, try to end the biggest movement on the planet.
And you know what happened? This ended up being his best selling album in his career. Boom.
Exactly.
Boom.
Take that, white people.
TT said, y'all do know that what makes him extra funny in his movie because of his background upbringing. Facts. I definitely feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Next track is track number 10, Dirty Mac. Now I'm gonna be real with you. This might be one of my least favorite tracks on this album, but I don't dislike this song. I feel like this song is like a continuation on of the song "Who's the Mac." You know what I'm saying, from the America's Most Wanted album. I'm gonna hold that album for later on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Just him definitely doing his thing, trying to get with the ladies and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Every time I hear this song, I don't know why I always think of like Quagmire from Family Guy. I don't know why. Just him trying to mac on some ladies or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this one is alright. It's alright.
Definitely has a Parliament sound to it, with the beat, the horns on it. She know I fuck hoes out of habit. Who framed Cube on the fuck Roger Rabbit?
Right. Yeah, man. Classic track, man. Track number 12, Gangsta's Fairy Tale Part 2. Oh wait, hold up. Excuse me. I skipped one. Don't trust them. Ooh, how could I almost skip this one? Oh god. This one right here. Oh my god. Another classic track right here. Talking about can't trust these scandalous tricks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, love this production. The beat was fire. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube, DJ Pooh definitely did his thing with Rashad and stuff like that. I mean, I could quote this whole song, but I'll do my best to contain. I'm gonna show some of my favorites when he said, "You can't trust a big butt and a smile. No, that's the old style. In '91, shit ain't quite the same. Bitches got a brand new game, yo. It's kind of hard to see, but the game ain't what it used to be. Back in the day, if a hoe wanted you do, she gave you a piece of ass. There we go. Go and get knocked up, then she get socked up. You be broke and locked up. But the news done hit. Bitches all over on some new and improved shit. You know what I'm saying? And then the second verse where he said he had this one like he said, and she started dancing like a hoe. Jimmy got stiff. She ain't have a ride home, so you gave the bitch a lift. She didn't want to trouble you, but hopped to a big ass ass in your BMW. Hopped to her house and started kissing, and Jimmy just wouldn't listen. Cause you got real horny, and that ain't cool. At 4 in the morning, started undressing the hoe. Got to the drawers, and the hoe said no. Not on the first date. It's kind of late. Can you come back at 8? And then, of course, him mentioning poison. The way how that bridge happened. Can't trust a big butt. Never trust a big butt. And then mix that in with the public enemy shit. I mean, that was just genius as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Classic, another classic track right here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I put that in the same level as like giving up the nappy dugout from Death Certificate. Never trust a big butt.
Uh-huh. Definitely, definitely classic. You know, this Cube on his fuck a whole shit. The beat was
Right,
fire. He did his thing on here.
definitely. All right, track number 12. It's a Gangsta's Fairy Tale Part 2. You know what I'm saying? This one is again the sequel to the first one, of course, and stuff like that. I think I like this one a bit better than the first one, honestly, and shit like that. Ice Cube just fucking ruining's motherfucking your fairy tales and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Because it's been said that Del the Funky Homo Sapien actually helped co-write the first Gangster's Fairy Tale from America's Most Wanted. I think Q did this one solely himself and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which you can definitely tell because this tone was a lot more darker than the first tone was definitely some shit you can definitely expect to hear from Del the Funky Homo Sapiens' first album, which my brother George was here, which I sound like a broken record, but I've done a review on that too. You know what I'm saying? But this one definitely fits more of the tone here, you know what I'm saying? So classic track. I love this one.
Love the beat, the scratching on it. He was in his bag on it.
Definitely. All right, next track we got is Check Yourself. Now I'm gonna talk about this and the remix for this one and stuff. So the original version, of course, well, both versions features DAS effects and stuff like that too. The original version used the same sample as Salt and Pepper's Shoot song. You know what I'm saying? Which I personally felt like that's why they kind of they dropped the remix for the video because Shoot was such a big song back in like '93. Very Necessary was such a big album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I actually like the original version more than the remix. I ain't gonna hold you. And I'm gonna say my thoughts on the remix in a minute, but yeah, man, the original version definitely fit more of the album. It definitely has that classic, slowed, low rider MDJ Muggs kind of sound. and stuff like that. And one thing again, he threw a shot at House of Pain and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? He threw a shot at that. I'm gonna look up the shot in a minute. But yeah, man, it's kind of crazy too because those are DJ Muggs boys and stuff
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And ironically, Cypress Hill and House of Pain also had issues too. And the line was, "No, I'm not a sucker sitting in the House of Pain, and no, I'm not the butler. I'll cut ya." And he also, I forgot, he threw a shot at Hammer. He threw a shot at Hammer. Headbutt ya. You say you can't touch this, and I want to touch ya, punk motherfucker. Which that's no surprise because everybody was dissing Hammer at that point. By '92, he was already done by that time and shit. And then he became the head hunter and shit. But
And they getting
yeah,
speedo.
right. But the remix, the remix was cool. It used the message sample and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of cats use that shit too. I think it's best known now when the Diddler used that for "Can't Nobody Hold Me Down."
Oh God.
Now he's being down for by inmates now and shit. Um, but yeah, man,
Now,
I feel
now
like
your
this.
name is Twan. Remember that shit that Cube said? You was talking about, did he?
You said what?
That part in the song where Cube was talking about now your name is just Twan. He's talking about Diddy. Many years later, we didn't know.
Wow. But yeah, this track was fire. I love it.
Should you check yourself before you wreck yourself? Classic. I love the remix because I grew up with the message. That's the all time top 10 classic song. I prefer the remix, but this again, this is a another signature song from Cube that when he does this at concerts, he's doing the remix. On Muggs again, a classic producer gave him a hot track.
Definitely. Next track we got is excuse me. Say my fault. Hold on. My fault. Yeah. Who got the camera? All right. Now this is ironically the first true Sir Jake's appearance on his record because previously he did the fuck insert and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of crazy too because I love Sir Jinx as much as I love the first four albums from Cube. I can't help but notice that with this album and Lethal Injection, we saw less Sir Jinx contributions, which is cool because you know what, Cube maybe want to try different producers here and there and everything. But yeah, this song is very relevant today and everything. You know what I'm saying? It was like motherfuckers talking about who got the camera because, well, one thing y'all gotta know about the whole Rodney King beating was it was really the first time America saw a glimpse of the police really whooping somebody's ass, like literally just front and center and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And with this song right here, especially where we see a lot of these cases in this day and age, and not everyone is doing their best to film beatings and stuff like that too, putting it on social media and everything like that, raising more awareness and stuff like that. That wasn't really a common thing like that. That wasn't really like a common thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's pretty much a very dope song, underrated song too. I feel like this song is definitely more relevant today.
Great. Love the beat for this. Cube saying, "Are you giving up the nappy dugout?" Said no. Well, then get the fuck out, because I know where the hoes be feeling. Plus, a fat ass got my 6 suits leaning. Fire.
Yeah, definitely a fire track. All right. Next track we got is the integration insert. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's like another one of those interludes and everything like that with a couple sound bites together and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not really mad at the message, not really mad at the message and shit. You got some inserts from like Malcolm X and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And then you also got an expert from Farrakhan, which definitely is raised a lot of eyebrows, especially around that time too, because this is around the time when there was like I'm just gonna say it's a conspiracy that Farrakhan has something to do with Malcolm X's death and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's another story for a different day.
That
And
was also that they also played that out in the Godfather Harlem.
yeah, I gotta catch up on that. I heard about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm slipping. There's a lot of shows I gotta catch up on and shit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it's kind of a dope interlude and shit like that. Definitely fits the tone of this record.
yeah, definitely had the Malcolm X clips. Talking about how white people try to turn us against each other with the stuff that we
Right.
say, and yeah, it was dope.
Definitely. And the last track is called "Say Hi to the Bad Guy." You know what I'm saying? Just him talking more shit, talking about crooked cops, fuck crooked cops, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Not a bad way to end off the record and shit, if you ask me.
That first part of that beat, Dre used that for the Chronic.
Yes,
Classic record. Muggs doing this thing again. I loved it.
definitely a very fire track. All right, and I'm also going to say my thoughts on a few unreleased tracks. 24 Wood and L. This was actually produced by Ice Cube and everything like that too. This is more solid outing and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those like mid tempo kind of tracks on this record. I feel like it was kind of like a precursor to like the sound of Lethal Injection, if you ask me. And then you have You Ain't Gonna Take My Life, produced by Mr. Woody. You know what I'm saying? Now this track was definitely fire. You know what I'm saying? Definitely one of my favorites. I wish kind of was on the retail version of the album as well too. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard those unreleased tracks?
Yeah, they were fire. Definitely dope.
Definitely. All right. Now overall, like I said to y'all before, this is always going to be a five mic album and everything like that too. But I feel like it's a different. I feel like I have a different opinion on why I like it more this day and age because I definitely feel like as far as all his albums, this is one is like his most relevant album. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of really, in a way, compare this to Michael Jackson's "Dangerous" in a weird way. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how everyone's saying, "Oh, this album is woke. Everyone, this is woke and everything like that too." You know what I'm saying? Where he's pretty much, just talking about, yeah, like the LA riots is happening and stuff like that. But if we go to burn, let this motherfucker burn up and shit like that too. And ironically, Hollywood burned up months ago and everything. You know what I'm saying? Um, there's not a bad track on this album. A lot of people want to say, "Oh, this was the beginning of the end for Ice Cube and
Nah,
everything."
hell
I
no.
hate when people say that. Hell no. He was just getting started around this time and stuff like that too.
He
I
was
feel like
already in the prime at that time.
definitely he definitely was like in his prime. He definitely was in his most angriest. He was in his bag. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely feel like now these days a lot more people appreciate this album more and shit like that too, which I feel like they appreciate. Well, of course, because this is his best selling album. But like they appreciate this album more, especially with all the bullshit that's happening with the injustice that's happening and stuff like that. And then we got this motherfucker for president, which I don't even want to say his fucking name. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is actually a five mic album. Definitely, as this is just as strong as America's Most Wanted and Death Certificate. I fucking love it.
Definitely. Beats, the songs on here, every track. Wicked. It was a good day. We had to tear this motherfucker up. Um, Now got a record. Check yourself. All classic. One of his best albums. Definitely one of my favorite albums. That and Death Certificate to me his best shit. The production, Muggs, MVP on this album. I love it. Definitely a West Coast classic, a hip hop classic. Everybody should have this album or at least know certain songs on this album.
Right.
Think of that.
Definitely. I definitely agree with you about that. All right. Well, like I said, it's been a long day. I'm going to enjoy my day off tomorrow until my limo ride in the morning. So I'm going to end off this video off right here. So this upcoming Wednesday, we actually going to do a review on Sinners and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm never doing. I'm whenever you guys know whenever I do the movie review and the movie's still in theaters, you know I got something to say about this movie. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna take most of my afternoon, watch this movie, take my notes and everything like that too. So y'all be on the lookout for that review. Also, just to let y'all know, this is gonna be the last review until next Sunday. And next Sunday we're gonna do No Doubt's final album. Well, last album as of now. Then it's called Push and Shove, which is like their comeback album. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for that. But this upcoming Friday, well, actually, I do have a something pre-recorded review. I'm gonna save my thoughts on that. But this upcoming Friday at 8 p.m. it's gonna be showtime because we got the collection video and everything. You know what I'm saying? I hope to God, you know what I'm saying. One album is gonna come early in time because I got like 4 more albums I'm having to mail. I got another package I want to show y'all and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for that. So this Friday at 8 p.m. and everything like that, you know, gonna have a full house and everything. So definitely be on the lookout. And yeah, that's it. Anything you want to say before we head out?
Well, I mean, yesterday I did a Sinners review with Chop It Up Hip Hop. Shout out to him. Tomorrow we're doing top 10 movies that were filmed in New York City. That's gonna be great. And then, is the Sinners review gonna be spoiler review or what?
Yeah, all the reviews are spoiler reviews.
Okay, that motherfuckers should have thought of it. So, spoilers alert. We're gonna be saying everything. That's gonna be great. Look out for that.
Definitely, definitely. All right, and like I said to y'all before, we just done a review on Ice Cube's third album, The Predator. This album came out in 1992. Y'all make sure y'all listen to this album. Y'all listen to the lyrics and everything like that too. And don't listen to what the naysayers say, how they say it's the beginning of the end for Cube. This is still a five mic ass. It's still a hip hop classic. Appreciate this try as usual. And I'll see y'all motherfuckers. I'll see y'all. Peace.